Welcome to the world of Inspirata. Today, I'm going to introduce you to the main controls. I will be using Inspirata Professional Edition for this demonstration. Let's start with the top bars. Inspirata is organized by pages, and each of them represents a key functionality. To the left, you can find the basic page, which is the one that is shown by default when launching Inspirata. Several other pages follow depending on the Inspirata edition you are using. To the right, you will find presets, which you can use to load factory presets, as well as saving your own presets. Going further right, you will see undo and redo buttons, and buttons for recalling snapshots and switching in between them. Next is settings, where you can adjust various configuration parameters, like setting the room folder, changing the language of the interface, or adjusting performance parameters. The last button is bypass. When you engage bypass, the processing of Inspirata will stop, and the sound will go through completely unprocessed. As you can see, the basic page is currently the active page in Inspirata. It shows a stunning photo of the selected space with information about that particular location, along with 2 arrows and the directional indicator. You can change the selected space back and forth by clicking on these arrows. You can change the listener perspective by clicking and dragging the directional indicator in the middle. Dragging the directional indicator is equivalent to you sitting in the selected room and turning your head in that direction. On the right side, you can see the main control panel of Inspirata. This is where the most important parameters are at your fingertips at any time. Notice, even as you change other pages, the main control panel remains active. You have a high cut and a low cut filter with on-off toggles and adjustable cutoff frequencies. Below, you can adjust the input and output gain. You have the controls for the decay or reverberation time, pre-delay, and stereo width. With the distance knob, you can adjust the space between the sound source and your listening position. The clarity control is a unique effect for adjusting the density of the early reflections while not changing the reverberation or decay time. And here, you have purity and trim, which will be explored in a later video. There is a wet-dry slider and a direct reverberant slider to dial in just the right kind and right amount of reverb. With the 3 toggle buttons here, you can enable or mute the direct sound, the early reflections, and the late reverberation. On this graph, which is continuously running when Inspirata is operational, you can see the input and output signals to get an overall indication on the levels. The in-peak and out-peak indicators are highlighted in case clipping occurs in the input or output signal. You can reset them by clicking on the indicators. Next, let's take a look at the browser section and see how to create, load, and delete presets and snapshots. On the left side, you can see a list of room categories. Right now, all the available rooms and spaces are listed. But if you click on a category, you can apply the category filter, so only spaces of the selected kind will be displayed. The category of a space is marked with a small icon in the upper left corner. If you are using a room often, you can click on the little star in the upper right corner, and this will add that room to the favorites category too. To remove a room from your favorites, click on the star again. You can also sort rooms in different ways, by their name, their volume, or decay time. If you have dialed in a setting that you really like and would like to save it as a preset for future use, click on the Presets page and then click on the New Preset button under the User Presets. Type in the name of the preset and hit Enter. The preset is now stored. If you want to rename a preset, you can do it by clicking on the Rename button. Type in the new name and hit Enter. If you want to load a preset, just click on its name. Of course, you can load presets from the built-in factory presets as well. In the upper section, the 5 most recently selected presets are listed for quick access. Under the presets, you will also find snapshots. They are a quick and easy way to automate transitions from room to room, with no clicks or artifacts. We cover the automation of snapshots in a separate video for a more detailed perspective. Now you have all the information for adjusting any parameters on the basic page and on the main control panel. You can browse from the spaces. You can load and save presets and snapshots. Thank you for watching.